Last week on Celebrity Treasure Island, we took 14 well-known New Zealanders and abandoned them on an uninhabited Fiji island.
I actually thought we'd get food, but there was nothing.
Left them with nothing to eat.
Oh man, I want some food. There's some food.
Without shelter.
If it rains, they're in big trouble.
Without fire.
Maybe sashimi, raw fish, if we don't get this fire started.
Left them to fend for themselves.
I just thought that it was going to be something more easy to eat. We're all so hungry, we're starving.
Destroyed their dreams of an idyllic holiday.
I'm pretty buggered.
Sore backs, sore head, sore body from sleeping on the sand.
And sent them on a treasure hunt that only one team could win. But only if they made the right choice.
You're either right or you're wrong.
One team would eat.
I've been waiting all day for this.
The other would starve.
Bugger.
One would resort to cheating.
I mean, we need proof of them lighting their fire, don't we?
To breaking the rules.
So you've got food and you've got cigarettes.
And suffer the consequences.
So as part of our punishment, we're parting with these precious fish hooks.
Where there are people, there is conflict.
Because of their cheating ways, it's changed the playing fields a little bit.
There is desperation.
Yes! Water!
And in the end, there will be only one winner. On the blue team in the south of the island, 24-year-old model Nikki Watson, 29-year-old actress Katrina Hobbs, former All Black great Frank Bunce, who's 38, television builder John Cox, who's 35, 37-year-old presenter Jane Kiley, music show presenter Dominic Bowden, who is 24, and 27-year-old Olympic swimmer Trent Bray. On the red team in the north, 30-year-old changing rooms designer Sally Ridge, Danny Morrison, 34-year-old former international cricketer, 28-year-old ZM Network DJ Nikki Sunderland, actor Anthony Ray Parker, who was 43, television presenter Stacey Daniels, 28, changing rooms builder Handy Andy Dye, who was 33, and 23-year-old pop star and TV presenter Erica Tokarch. Tonight they continue their survival adventure on Celebrity Treasure Island.
Watch out for the text question in tonight's Celebrity Treasure Island and be in to win a trip for 6 to a Treasure Island with D-Juice and Telecom Mobile.
It's the morning of day 3 on the island, and hunger is consuming all our treasure hunters.
And we're actually starving before, it sounds silly, you know, you've only been away 2 days, but, you know, living in the city, get used to that. So a lot of us, I think, today are just starting to feel it.
I actually woke up feeling quite sick this morning because I'm so hungry. Die for a cup of tea. But, yeah, sore back, sore legs from so much hiking. But we'll get there. Feeling like shit. Need some makeup.
They are, after all, famous, even rich, and it wasn't supposed to be this hard.
If I don't eat today, I think tomorrow I don't think I'll get out of bed. I could tell this morning when I first got up, I was quite shaky.
Food is an important thing to the body, to the soul. And my body and my soul were talking to me earlier today, saying, brother, what are you doing? You got to get some food in me so we can function properly.
What a pretty little island with no food.
Morale is at an all-time low.
Already for some of our Treasure Island celebrities, the prospect of another day clue-solving and hunting for food is a daunting thought. Some of them are coping, some of them are not, but knowing that at the end of the challenge, one of them will dig up $20,000 for charity is all that drives them on.
And they are taking some driving to get up and going on day 3.
New bikini day. New bikini day.
I actually don't feel that hungry this morning.
No, I'm
compared to yesterday.
Like you, Andy.
I know.
Like you.
Well, my body's starting to eat itself now, so he's getting plenty of.
See, it's all gone.
Getting-
What's around here?
Yeah, he's
Getting
turning
some
to
food.
custard. We can see it's going all shaky.
For some reason, my stomach shrunk, and even though I haven't really had any food for 2 days, I actually felt better, didn't feel as hungry today, so I don't know what that's all about.
For the team on the north end of the island, the only thing on the breakfast menu are the live crabs they're attempting to cook.
Just do it, go on, just do it. Give it a munch. Put it straight in.
Quite a leg. Do
I
it,
you, mate. Put it straight in.
No.
Put it straight in.
Oh,
You're bad.
But a bite on the lip puts an end to that idea.
We're hungry and we're tired. We really had no food, so every one of us lacked in energy, spunk, spark.
Down the other end of the island, they are still without fire, but Coxie has removed the lens from their spyglass, hoping to change that.
Plan D. Had 3 attempts at lighting with a stick. Still trying that one. If this doesn't work...
Feeling pretty hopeless. The whole team's relying on me to get the fire going. I haven't been able to do it, and I just don't want to let them down. Not at this stage. I'm gutted the other team's got a fire and we haven't. If they did it illegally, that's, you know, whatever. At least they've got fire. But it's tough, you know, and especially at night, it's real tough.
I had to go to the toilet in the dark by myself. And all I could think about was those crabs.
Massive crabs that come out.
There's huge crabs in the bush.
Yeah, it's not so much fun going to the toilet on your own in the night.
No. I was very quick, so I just went there.
The ground was hard, the sleep was awful, but the coconut was good.
When South Team chose the wrong box at the end of yesterday's challenge, they received just 1 blackened can. They have no idea what it is, but it will be their first food in 3 days.
We want it to be fruit salad.
No, we want it to be roast beef, vegetables, roast potatoes, peas.
Happy with anything at this stage. I don't actually care.
Sardines?
Yeah. I've never eaten sardines.
Well, you're gonna
Oh, look at those guys. Yum.
Like mackerel or something, isn't it?
Look at that fish.
One at a time. Who's first?
You go first.
Me.
Yeah.
Ooh, what was the verdict?
Oh, beautiful. You know what, it's not the taste. You're actually chewing something with texture.
Yeah.
All right.
How kind of tastes like tuna.
Just think tuna.
It's surprising when you don't have anything for a few days, that everything that you eat tastes pretty good.
My stomach shrunk so small that I'm actually full.
It's amazing how much you get out of a tin like that. And it fed 7 people, and 7 people are reasonably happy.
It wouldn't be what I'd eat at home, but it was really good, and I can feel it in my tummy.
And I'm full.
The hunt for food has become all-consuming. Even the presence of sharks in the surrounding waters has been forgotten. So with sharpened sticks fashioned into spears, Danny and Andy head into unknown and dangerous waters.
Lovely fish, but they're hard little buggers, aren't they? There's a few fish down there. Problem is, it's just a little bit deep. So by the time you get down, it's about 30 feet. You're starting to run out of air, so you only get a couple of quick shots. And there's so much coral with gaps and caves everywhere that the fish are just darting in those. So we might have to go and try and find somewhere a little bit shallower. But I did get on the end of a big puffish. Straight through it, held it on the sand. Then when I tried to get it in further, it broke away.
Tried the fishing expedition, couldn't spare anything. Ran into a moray eel, actually. Came up for a bit of air, having freaked out a little bit. Thought, oh, I don't want to come second.
You can never get closer than about 2 or 3 meters, and then they just keep going away. So very frustrating to see breakfast so close, yet so far.
What the treasure hunters don't yet know is that before the day ends, one of them will be faced with a choice that will decide whether the team eats or starves for another day.
We'll just have to go ahead and win the challenge and hopefully pick the right box this time.
If our team doesn't win the challenge today, I honestly think that we'll be building a raft or swimming out of here, because it's got to the point, I think, where we're all quite desperate now, and I know I'm definitely close to breaking.
Keep watching tonight's show and answer this question to be in to win a trip for 6 to a treasure island with D-Juice and Telecom Mobile. Text your answer to 2010.
The 14 celebrities we've abandoned on Treasure Island have so far been surprised, even shocked by the conditions they are expected to live under. But they all have their own reasons for coming here.
Certainly not like building a box from MDF or anything like that. I mean, there's some real challenges here.
I wanted to do something that took me out of my comfort zone.
Yeah, I wanted to see if I could do it because I've got a bit city soft. And hey, it's a tropical island, so it's nice to get away from home.
But their main mission is to find the $20,000 that is hidden here. That money will go to Youthline, but there will be many more days of sweat and frustration before any treasure is uncovered. And the morning of day 3 brings another clue to solve, in the form of a text message.
Time for your skills to come to 4. Go by, is that
Southwest?
Southwest Shore. Find what broke.
If this is 4 and this is shore and that rhymes, well, don't you think that these two would rhyme as well?
She's right, if it's a poem as well.
This morning's clue was, it was a little more difficult than yesterday. You work out that you have a few options. You know, they're not all going to be right, and they're not all going to lead you to the right place.
Maybe doing the accent at work better.
Time for your skills to come to 4. Go by to Southwest Shore.
It's time for your skills to come to 4, so go by the clock to Southwest Shore. Find what Brooke swam in Hollywood style. Your key is amongst the shipwrecked pile. The island of Nakavuvu is about 1 square kilometre, but it's the landmarks that should be most important to our contestants. They need to learn them, to remember their whereabouts, and to come to grips with having no compass.
From High Pond, you should stop just 664.
From High Pond, you should step just 664. North on path, then veer west for some more. You'll find the cliff after 175, then go south on the edge for 125. Look down for your bounty, but always beware. Whether all up or all down is wisest here.
You should step just 664, so 664 paces north.
Deciphering the text message may seem easy, but finding the right path on top of this overgrown island will not be such a breeze. North Team's knowledge of compass directions will need to be accurate. Their pacing will need to be perfect.
Gonna find a bounty. Gonna find some food. But let's just all scout a little bit, eh? Let's all just go that way, that way, that way, and see if we can find a really solid-looking path. Find the path.
Yep.
Do the 166 paces or whatever it is. 664, and then go from there.
Both sides are confused by their clues, and the lack of food isn't helping their desire to treasure hunt.
A little slow at the start. We were all suffering from, you know, lack of energy, and nobody really wanted to go do this thing knowing that we had to. We got out there, we got a little discouraged because, well, basically we were lost. And we had no idea where we were going to go to next.
Look straight up.
West of that path, is it?
See that path there? That looks pretty well cut. I'm pretty convinced that is a path right there.
We were hiking back and forth. We couldn't even really tell whether there was a path because there was no path. We were just going back and forth, back and forth. All we wanted to do was get there before the other team and get that trunk. Because I tell you what, when you're hungry, all you want to do is get there. And there's absolutely no love lost between us and that other team, I can tell you that.
Got it?
Maybe.
Hold on.
Find what broke.
Yep.
Swim, HY, Hollywood style. Your key, shipwreck, pile. So Hollywood style means Baywatch. So we all run and fall in.
No, I'm just wondering if that is broke.
Broke.
It can't be break. They wouldn't put an E, would they?
You don't think it's broke?
We had a few options: what broke, white break, all that sort of thing. Hollywood style, high wood, you know, towards high wind or something, you know. So we did struggle with it a little bit, but just if, you know, everyone throws things in, and just by piecing together bits and pieces, it finally, you know, proved its worth.
Brooke in Hollywood. Brooke Shields.
Brooke Shields.
Oh, Blue Lagoon.
Ah!
Blue Lagoon? Blue
Swam.
Lagoon.
Find what Brooke swam Hollywood style.
Oh my
Why
God.
did she swim in the lagoon? It was called the Blue Lagoon, the movie.
Lagoon.
Well, we've got to find the Blue Lagoon.
Brooke
Shields, yeah.
There's one.
There's in the middle there.
Well, it's where the boat is.
Blue Lagoon. That Blue Lagoon.
Yeah, it did take us a while because we were going along White Break and then Brooke, and we couldn't get the Hollywood, and then Dom, I think, got the Hollywood, and then suddenly the Brooke all became clear.
your key of shipwreck pile. So the key's going to be in a pile of some sort, so now we've got to find some sort of lagoon.
South team have cracked their clue. It is now only a matter of time before they find their blue lagoon. But North team are continuing to walk around in circles.
This one's not as easy as we would like.
That's all right.
The clues should be simple if they've taken notice of all the landmarks they've seen on the island. But being there and doing it is obviously never that easy.
See, Anthony, this could have been it, and it's a little bit clearer than the last one.
Hey, come and check this out. When you have starved the body, the patience wears quite thin. And we were all starting to look at each other like, what are you doing?
Ladies.
We've got an obvious left here, an obvious west.
Didn't we take that one before? We just discussed that.
Hell no. I don't think we did.
We took it before.
We?
That's what we thought, yeah.
Yeah, we did. There are crucial words inside the clues that we missed today, and unless everyone's onto it, it's really easy to miss the mark, and we actually did that a couple of times today, which is actually frustrating.
I think everyone's got a lot of ideas, which is good and healthy, but we couldn't seem to unify and just decide on one and just go with it. I got a good feeling about this one.
That's what you said last time.
I got a good feeling about it.
Well, that's the lagoon. Feet on, walk out there, and if it's in the shipwrecks pile, the shipwreck has got to be on the bottom.
Okay, we're just going out there, then a couple of us are just going to dive down and have a look around on the bottom and see if we can see a shipwreck pile down there, and hopefully that's where the clue is.
I'm just going to pretend I'm Brooke Shields.
The waters surrounding the island are a haven for reef sharks, but in this game the team members cannot separate, so they all must brave the lagoon in search of the next clue. You know your team has problems when even its Olympic swimmer is scared of the ocean.
Biggest fear is, I think for myself, is actually swimming out in the water and having something coming and nibbling on my toe.
No, I'm a surfer, so sharks don't really worry me. I'm always aware of them, but a few people are looking nervous, and if we'd been allowed to separate, we probably could have sent Trent out. You know, Olympic swimmer, been out there, got the booty and back, but it's never that easy on Treasure Island.
I'm not that fond of water, but, you know, I got up there and went in and was paddling around for a while. I was getting a little bit tired, actually, and I thought it was a good challenge. Probably easier than going around the island totally and then going up and down hills all day. So we felt we were a wee bit let off, actually, to be honest.
But Treasure Island would never let anyone off that easily. There will be tougher battles to come. In the meantime, South Team do spot their clue amongst the remains of a shipwreck. And it's champion swimmer Trent who finds the next clue. This part of the clue will tell them where to find their food reward. Both teams receive the same second clue. They must then race to find what they hope and pray will be tonight's dinner.
Uphill from the pond lies the
Gravy.
quarry
Of rock.
But
Uphill from the pond lies the quarry of rock, but choose carefully which you unlock.
I know where the rock quarry is. We were there yesterday. I was
Yeah, we're
there.
in that little hollow.
Yeah.
Was that an old quarry?
Yeah.
Yeah. But choose
excellent.
carefully
Yeah.
That's
which you unlock.
But we haven't got a key.
No, we don't.
All we've got is this, which is a wick.
A wick.
Fuse.
Fuse wire. Yeah.
So
That might be the key.
Boom!
They have no key to unlock anything, so South Team realise that they will need to light the fuse they have been given. But they have no means of lighting it, not even a spark. 3 hours into the challenge, North Team have covered the entire top of the island and at last stumbled upon what they are looking for.
And the rope.
Hold on, radio, let's get this out. Consult the clue. Look down for your bounty, but beware whether all up or all down. Is that all of us? All of us up and all of us down?
Well, here it is. We've got a sack down here, so we're going to have to go off this edge.
Only one person. One person can make it. We have one harness.
We need to send somebody light, Stacey down, because we're not going to be able to handle it.
Yeah, we've all got a pole.
I'll do it.
Stacey?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I can't
Sweetie.
submit.
Give it a shot.
Stacey will venture down the cliff.
Okay, legs going here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hang on,
Legs
you
going
go.
here, around
Yeah.
the front.
Yeah.
This is your belt goes around your waist.
Okay. All right, this is secure. You ready?
I know what you're doing.
You can trust me, Stacey.
I know that, Andy.
I was shaking and did you notice I seemed a little bit nervous about, wasn't Andy's not tying? No, not at all. No, just that, you know, you're sort of not professionals who do that every day.
Mum, I love you. Sweet ass.
You just go when you want to go, okay?
There is no time to waste. This is a race, and there will only be one winner. Only one team will have food to eat tonight.
To retrieve the bag was all exciting because we knew we were on then. It was on. It was a race, and we knew that as soon as we found the rest of the treasure, we could come back home.
Back home for a much-needed rest. Back home for dinner. Tonight, for one of the teams, there will be a feast. The other will have a much greater test before they see the end of Day 3 on Treasure Island.
I'll just keep it tight. No, I just need you to keep an eye on me.
When I said, yeah, I'm up for it, I think that we all just went, let's not think about the possibility of death and broken bones.
It's right over here on the edge, right in front of you.
You want a whole lot of slack now?
In front of you.
You want a whole lot of slack?
All the way out front, way out on the edge. I bet you see it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then when I got the rope around me, I was thinking, don't drop me, you know, don't let me die.
20 metres down the steep cliff, Stacey uncovers the second part of North Team's clue.
I feel like a totally different person from how I was this morning.
Right.
I'm really proud of Stace for jumping down and doing the abseiling bit today. That must have been pretty freaky, and it's kind of good to see that we trust each other enough to let the guys let you down a cliff kind of thing. I think it's really good that we've already created that bond.
Hey.
Rock and roll. Are you right?
Yep.
Cool. It's only got a clue in it because it's really light. Special treat.
Well, what's this about?
Oh, we're obviously going to need that.
It's a wick. It is a wick. It's a wick.
It's a wick. Yeah.
Ooh.
Lantern.
Boom, boom, boom.
Brilliant. Finally.
Thoroughly deserved. No, not for a lantern. That'll be for a cannon or something.
Something up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, bombs.
Uphill from the pond lies the quarry of rock, but choose carefully which you unlock. Both teams have now received clues wrapped in a wick. They know that there is always a reason for such things on this island.
We knew we were going to have to blow something up. The only problem we had is we didn't have any fire.
Not knowing we could light the wick was a bit trying, but old Nikki, man, she just said, let's try it back at the camp, and it was the best thing we did.
We tried using a magnifying glass out of the telescope, cut a little bit of the fuse off, and that went within about 5 seconds.
Put that back in the
Okay, let's go, guys. We're off.
South Team now know how they will light their wick back up on top of the island.
It smells smoke.
Oh, family, we're not going to use all the wick. Save it to when we get back down here to burn. It was just a real good feeling to achieve something. Achieving fire on a desert island without any matches or anything out, like, you know, without a lighter.
Okay, let's go up the hill and open the thing.
The race is on. In the last challenge, South Team won the race but made the wrong decision and lost the bounty. They don't want to make the same mistake again.
Once we got that light going, we powered it, and we were just racing up that hill. We just were on fire. Just get up there. We knew exactly where we were going. The quarry, we knew what the quarry was. It wasn't hard. The clue was easy from there on. Once we got there, it was just, let's blow this baby up.
On top of the rock quarry are 2 boxes connected to explosives.
Yeah.
They're both exactly the same.
Can you hear anything?
No, there's nothing hearing.
What's our theory? Do we stay right?
South Team must make a fateful choice, with yesterday's wrong decision still fresh in their minds.
Well, there it was again, you know, we got there first, we were faced with the 2 chests, and we had to make a decent choice to get food. If we got it wrong, we were going to starve. So the only way to do it's a democratic vote. So that's what we do, and you know, you leave it up to an individual, it's just too much pressure on them.
Put your left hand up. If you want right, put your right hand up. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, it's 3 all. Frank, you forgot to vote. So the democratic way is Frank has to make the deciding choice. If you don't know, Frank, you make a decision by the heads or tails or something.
So Frank tosses the machete like a coin to decide their fate.
Righting up. Left.
Left.
The decision has been made. They will rig the wick to the left-hand box.
Can we just twist them like that?
Yep.
Okay, guys, I want you all behind the rock first. I got smoke.
Back up! Back up!
Only now will South Camp discover if their decision was the right one. Meanwhile, North Team have arrived at the quarry. They wait to see what their rivals have won. But Coxie is worried. They have a banana and a small package, but no sign of the treasured piece of the map.
Rice.
Rice.
Yeah, I pretty much suspected straight away that we got the booby. I was gutted, but no way was I letting that other team know. You know, you just picked it up, walked straight past them, act cool, as if nothing happened.
Hey guys, we got what we came for, let's go.
All right.
Okay, it's a bit of a bummer when you get a bit of rubbish, but it's the victory, and I think it eats the other guys that they can't beat us there.
I think, yeah, it is disappointing when you don't get there first because, of course, competitive girl, I'd like to get there first.
Whether you're going to get the good bounty or not, you know, it is nice to come in first, and I know there's going to be a time on the island where we're going to have to be first to something or else we are going to miss out. We have been quite lucky.
So let's check out what we've got, guys.
Anxious to get away from their rivals and their disappointment, South Team don't yet know what they got from the box.
We'd open it on treasure map.
One dirty old banana.
Rice.
What they find is a small amount of rice and no piece of the treasure map, so they have come second again.
We suck in the
Same thing again.
picking of the boxes department. I know.
First there, come away with the last.
Yeah, twice.
I was disappointed, of course. We'd got the challenge. We'd done it first, like we did on the first day. We were the first ones there. We worked the hardest. We got there. We used the brain power and the brute power to get there. So I was obviously disappointed.
Well, it's better than what we got yesterday. I put it down to my trusty machete, and it failed me. As good as he's been with getting coconuts and, you know, supplying us with few bits and pieces, he failed me in this one.
I really felt down after we came back down, after we discovered that we were there first, which was really cool, and then we picked the wrong box again. I really felt a bit miserable.
Especially with the other team being quite close behind us, knowing that they were probably getting the better of the two, and we'd made it easy for them both days because we did the deciding and we made the wrong decision both days. So yeah, disappointing is definitely the word.
You guys all clear? Okay, here we go.
North Team are yet to realise that this must be the winning box.
I'm gone. All right, it's gonna go.
They find 2 blackened cans and substantial amounts of rice and flour, plus a precious piece of treasure map. For the second day in a row, North Team finish second, but still take the prize.
Hey, let's get back and start cooking.
We've had a lucky run. We haven't actually got to the treasure first. It's been the other team, the Blues, but for some reason they've picked the wrong lot, and we've ended up with the booty call. So we're most happy about that.
Yes. It's just luck of the draw what box you choose, and they seem to be pretty bad at choosing boxes. So keep along that theme, man. The North Side loves that.
I think there's a real competitive rivalry beginning to come up between the two teams. It's strange, like we all have a familiarity with each other, but you can sort of sense that. I mean, I know I'm competitive towards them, so you can sense it from the other teams. It's like, if we don't get there, we don't get it, and if we don't get it, then we don't eat.
South Team's only consolation is finding a pawpaw tree on the way back to their camp.
Is that ripe enough?
Yep, just soft.
Awesome.
South will eat only fruit and rice tonight, while their rivals feast again.
It's flour, water, and some oil. Some of this oil which we had in our chest.
So it's going to be the tastiest bread we've ever had.
This is for Sally's wonderful kitchen. She's going to cook all the rice for us tonight.
The boys do tend to lift the heavy things and get the rocks for the fire and get the firewood, but then again we do get a little bit of firewood. It's pretty much equal, but to be quite honest, I wouldn't trust either three of those boys to cook me dinner.
In one camp at least, there'll be fried rice and pizza bread for dinner tonight.
So, for the second time in as many days, the South team have won the race to the final prize, only to make the wrong decision when choosing the chest. The North team cannot believe their luck, but will it last?
Because Treasure Island has a way of bringing the overconfident back to earth with a rather large thud. South team have now been trying to make fire for 3 days. With the lens from their spyglass, some of the wick from their challenge, and paper, they are hoping for success at last.
Watch out. Stand back, stand back, stand back. Here she goes. Yep, fire.
They desperately need to keep these precious few sparks alight while they build it into something bigger.
Yes, I can see some flame.
This could be their moment.
To get the fire going after 3 days of struggling with it, I was just absolutely wrapped, you know, the whole team, and then the pressure's off me, you know, it's just great. You know, and to do it legitimate, to be kosher, that's the most important thing.
Well, we got a fire to cook something on. Let's go catch something to cook on it.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, let's go.
Big fishes, Trent.
When North team were caught with contraband, they had to give their rivals some fish hooks.
Thanks to the other team cheating, we now have a fish hook. We have a sinker.
Oh, that's perfect.
And we have a line, and we have a kontiki.
I'll try it to get hooked up, eh?
Little does Trent know, but we're actually after shark, and he is the bait.
Coxie and myself tried fishing again today, but to no avail. But there are some fish sort of about yay big swimming along, so hopefully we can get lucky tomorrow. Otherwise, we'll just have to go ahead and win the challenge and hopefully pick the right box this time.
At North Camp, it's pizza bread, rice,
Awesome, look at that.
Oh my gosh!
and whatever's in the blackened can found with their food reward.
Oh, legend.
Yes, look at that.
Jelly meat.
Whatever is in the can, it will be eaten by a starving team.
Beautiful. Cut it up and put it in the rice.
Yeah, gotta go through the rice.
Makes it food.
You're looking pretty happy, Andy, don't you?
I just haven't seen food like that for a long time. Well, it feels like a long time.
But one camp's feast and the other's rest is interrupted by the sound of the gong. They must meet on the beach, and they have no idea why.
Oh, I can't believe it, the gong's gone. What are we doing all day? Hunting for food, looking for little maps, and now we've got the food just about ready, where to go. Mud. Come on.
This time the teams meet with little goodwill. They are now bitter rivals, and they know that this meeting could make relations even worse, thanks to the contents of this chest.
In this box in front of me, there are a number of things that you've been dreaming about, you've been craving for, and I'm going to give you a chance to bid for it, and the money's going to go to charity. The bid starts at $400, and then it goes up $50 from there. Now, you have 30 seconds to go away with your team and decide who your negotiator is going to be, and also what your maximum limit is. So, go now.
Do we know what's in it?
The teams have no idea what is in the box, no idea what it is worth.
When she said, all your dreams are going to come true, everyone had that picture, that image of what they wanted in their heads.
I'll tell you, over the last few days, we've been dreaming of chocolate biscuits and hamburgers and fizzy drinks and, you know, you name it.
I'd love some chocolate.
Go the licorice, all sorts, and the lollies.
Thick steak and a bottle of champagne. How high can we go?
Yeah.
Okay, what is that maximum?
Can we negotiate men?
$700.
Can we go 1,000?
The individual celebrities will have to pay out of their own pockets, so there is time for debate.
I'm sorry, but I'm broke.
Mate, I've just renovated my house. We've got the mortgage from hell.
I only earn lira, and that's no good anymore.
Mickey, you negotiate. You be the
The decision in starving South Camp falls on one woman.
I'd rather not do the negotiating. I'd just rather say go as high as you like.
Oh, baby!
I felt fairly confident that we could get it, actually, because one is for charity, and two, I just knew that my husband would be willing to put up the bill, because he would hate the thought of me starving, and he knows that I'm a lolly fiend, and I don't think there has been a day that I have ever gone without sugar, so I thought that he would help me out. So, what do you reckon they'll go to?
I
don't know.
Sally's the only one with a huge amounts of dough.
Okay, so we start off with 1,000.
They want it.
Start off with 1,000,
They want
and
the
then we
food
inch
badly.
it
They'll
up.
pay 20 grand for it. Yeah.
And then if we can push them up, that's good money for charity. So
Well,
hey,
exactly.
so we're all win.
If they're bidding up to get us to pay more,
You've got to come in
gotta
at the
be-
last minute, just when you think they may have it.
you've got to do things like
Knock them with another
I'll
one.
keep looking back at you guys.
Go,
and
yeah,
keep looking
and just
back.
and shake your head and go no, and then if it's going, go and go.
I'll pay 250.
Yeah, 200.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12,
14, so we can go to 28. 28.
For South Team, it comes down to how high one woman will go. This box has become more precious than gold on an island without food. Let the auction begin.
I'll just take your bids, starting at 400, 450. Blue team, 500.
550, 650, 700, 750, 850.
One thing that I always have is sugar, and I'm talking on like a day-to-day basis. So I was desperate to get whatever was in that box. And when you're in a situation like we're in, the little things become so important, and well, we were just desperate because we haven't won anything. It was really stressful too, waiting to see if we would get it.
890. 950. 1,500.
You could just tell they were just going to go up and up and up. And although it might seem like TV people earn loads and loads of money, in the context of things, you know, a grand's still a lot of money.
2,000. 3. 3.5.
I didn't actually expect anything like that to happen, but I knew my Nick, she'd pay for that if it had lollies in there. She's a lolly junkie.
3,700. 3,800. I was looking at Anthony, and I mean, he was trying to be pretty staunch to start with, and then as it got a bit higher, you could see that I think he had probably gone over the limit that they had decided.
We only had so much to bid, and I went $2,000 over that bid, or that amount that we had already set. I'm sure they were going, what is Anthony doing? We only spoke of 2,000. What is he doing?
Final bid, guys.
3,700.
For the blue.
4,000. 4,100. 4,150. 4,200.
The tension was just becoming so unbearable that, like, for me, and I think for the rest of the team as well, the money just didn't matter. It's bizarre because we would sit around and fantasize about food, and even though I didn't know what was in the box, I reckon I could taste it in my mouth.
There was a few people, like Danny was in the back, sort of going at the cut the throat. They didn't really want to go, didn't want to really go any higher.
Won't go any further, Reed? 4,200 is the final bid. Going once. Going twice. Sold to the team blue. $4,200. Woo! Nice one. Nice deal.
This is the first food, other than one can of fish, that South Team have had in 3 days.
All right.
Well, when they first opened the box, from where I was standing, all I could see was a pineapple. And I was like, you are joking. That is an expensive pineapple. $4 grand for a pineapple.
There was a second look, we saw the toffee pops and the Coke, and I just thought, mate, there's your sugar hit right there.
The South Team are overjoyed at their prize, even if it came at a price, unlike the North.
know. I mean, how good do we feel about it, eh?
We won it.
Eh?
Sally knows how much I enjoy lollies and stuff, so she probably would have thought that I'd be willing to put in a bit to get the chest. So they were probably thinking that we probably would get it.
Oh, and it's cold. Oh, it's cold. Go. Toffee pops, Coke, and a pineapple. For $4,000.
Still for a good cause. Good cause. Charity. Hey, look, it was unfair. Well, not unfair. It was a little bit lopsided because of the fact that, no one on our squad is a millionaire.
I think that we were pretty blasé about that auction and pretty casual about whether we won or not, because we had this great meal, our first meal, waiting for us here. Had the shoe been on the other foot, had it been the other team who had won the food today and still won the auction, I think we would have been really sad and upset.
It turned out A-okay because we had a great meal waiting for us back at camp. So what was in that box anyway?
We are definitely all going to contribute, but I think we've got to thank Nikki.
Thank Nikki very much.
For bankrolling the blue team tonight.
She's not even hungry, she said.
I definitely don't regret it at all. I mean, we were desperate. We had lost 2 challenges and we were all so hungry and just craving anything. And for me, it was also like something I could do to pull the team together as well. And at the end of the day, it's only money and it was for charity, so...
More, anyone? Yes.
Oh, there we go.
North Camp appear unaffected by their loss. They have rice and bully beef and their own pita bread for dinner.
Wonderful,
This
ladies.
is fabulous.
Fantastic.
For South Camp, it is a case of savouring the simple pleasures in life.
And it's cold.
It's the real thing.
They also have their pawpaw and banana combined with their little rice. It is for South Team a feast. They have a fire and they have food.
Don't spill it. No, don't. God, imagine if we not kicked it over or something. Oh.
Yeah? Oh, beautiful. With fire, unbelievable the difference it makes in how everyone's tempo lifted up. I think having a bag of toffee pops and some Coke and a pineapple makes everyone really happy.
Oh, that's so good.
There's always 3 to it.
Oh, smell that. Good.
Smell
Thank
good?
you.
Bang.
Oh, yeah. This is it.
Oh, smell that.
The mood in our camp right now is the best it's been since I got here. We've got a fire, we've got something to eat tonight, and we've won all the challenges. Not that we've won them as in we've got the best prize, but we've won them as in with intelligence and skill. When it comes to that, we've kind of outsmarted the other team.
I'm saving this bit till tomorrow.
You have amazing willpower.
No, I can't.
At last, there is something to celebrate in South Camp, and at least in their minds, it has been worth every cent.
And that's it for another week on Celebrity Treasure Island. For the teams, it has been another day of hard work and hunger. South Team have now won 2 challenges, only to make the wrong choice each time, giving the pieces of the treasure map to their rivals in the north. Tonight, the teams will sleep uneasily, knowing that elimination is just around the corner. It's nearly all over for 2 of our celebrity treasure hunters. And there are harder times and a few tears to come. I'll see you then.